Okay, it's 5:32. Call the meeting, emergency meeting to order. Okay, let's all stand up, pledge allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Will Barnum, our new elected selectman. All selectmen present. Old business. Attorney Dan Murphy, who wants to take charge on that? This is the main reason why we are here, is because we had a lawsuit of a resident on foreclosure that was taken, it was 2017 it started, and this is, we ended up having to do a settlement based on foreclosure. And that's the main reason we have to have this signed before our next selectment meeting. To make sure this is, we had to make a deal with them, I guess. And to make it go through, we had to have paperwork signed before our next selectment meeting. So that's the main reason why we're here today. Where's the paperwork on that?
I have a couple of questions.
We're going to go to anyway.
Okay.
I have a couple of questions on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, I got a 2% rule issue going on here.
No. When you get green light,
There we go. I think we can only have one on.
No, you can have them all.
you can have them all on. There.
Mine's flashing green. Can you guys hear me? All right, you guys can hear me, that's all I care about. All right, so, I just got this at 11:30 this morning, so I haven't really had a whole lot of time to do homework on it. But I'm looking at a $40,000 settlement,
Yep.
and I don't know, I mean, what are we settling?
We're selling a lawsuit. There was a foreclosure property, and it went out to bid.
Okay.
This is when we were selecting with Preston Brown.
Yeah.
Preston Brown Jr.
Okay.
Okay? Remember that?
I remember them coming in.
Yeah. Okay. And it went out to bid. And the town got a bid like 25 or 26,000. We couple $6,000 bids for that property because it was foreclosed.
Mhm.
Preston Brown Jr. come in
Yeah.
and paid up the what was owed, the taxes, like say $2,000. I'm not sure on that part. Okay. The select board at the time, what they were doing was right because it was his boy, it was his father. His father was incarcerated at the time.
Okay.
Okay. So you took in his money,
Mhm.
and the deed was signed to him.
Could be.
Yeah.
It was.
I remember
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I mean, we're talking
Yeah. And
a fair amount of time ago.
yes, okay. And now there's a lawyer going around in the state of Maine, because the state of Maine had changed their laws that whatever extra money you get
Mhm.
goes back to the owner.
Right.
Okay.
That change happened in 2023.
Right,
But it's retroactive.
but it's retroactive.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what, and he was going for 100. He was
So let
going
me
for
ask
100
you,
plus.
100 plus, okay, so let me ask you, well, first of all, I'd like to do some more
We
digging.
can't
on this,
do
because
it.
We can't do any more because this is why we had to have the meeting. We should have had it Friday, but you couldn't make it, so we said, okay, let's.
So when did this land in your guys' lap?
Landed in our lap, what day was that?
July.
July.
So do we know, okay, so July 25, this was presented to the town as a lawsuit. When did you guys reach out to Dan Murphy?
We've been speaking to Dan Murphy since July of 25.
Okay. And when did Dan Murphy come up with this?
Actually, the very first, The very first offer was $103,000.
Okay,
And we've been working with Dan Murphy to get it down to $40,000.
okay,
Because when you put something out for bid and you reject the bid of $25,000 and settled it for just what was due in back taxes,
mhm,
that put the town in a position where they could have made $23,000, I guess, dollars for Preston Senior. And this law that's come into effect goes back. That law was decided by the Supreme Court. So we don't have any other option than to, we felt we did a good job to get it down to $40,000.
okay. I'm not gonna dispute that.
Here's the
40,000 is better than
documents.
100.
Here's
Is
the
this-
documents.
Is this 40,000 budgeted?
Well, you know it's not budgeted, and that's why the other night I didn't want to get into it, because we're in the thick of this,
Okay.
trying to get this down.
And we didn't know if we could talk about
So how are we gonna pay for it if it's not budgeted?
Well, we just have to take it out of our reserves somehow. I mean, it should have probably been a little more tactfully done, but this is all we could come up with. We did our best.
it. The first thing was 100 and something thousand.
$103,000.
Yeah, plus we had to pay, if he won, if we took it to court,
Mm-hmm,
he won, we would have to pay for his lawyer,
mm-hmm.
then we would have to pay for our lawyer.
How much have we already invested in this one, our lawyer?
Oh, I do not know that. Do we know that yet?
Have we gotten a bill on it yet?
This is kind of behind, we're kind of behind the eight ball on this, because it shouldn't have been, it was handled improperly to begin with. And then when it got dumped on us, and we're trying to figure this out, we're like, did you make a deal with Preston Senior and Preston Junior? Do you even remember doing it?
I don't remember. I mean, we're talking, what year was
No,
it?
it's not that long ago, so,
Around 2017,
19,
19.
1920?
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember. what
because it was back and forth, that they come in, they paid a little bit, and then you guys, you know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys thought you were doing right, because it was his kid.
Okay,
It's
so,
just, this is just something that bit us right here.
yeah,
The lawyer, instead of chasing ambulances, is chasing all around the state of Maine doing this.
Fair
This
enough.
retroactive stuff.
So, I mean, $40,000 is a lot over
Yeah,
the budget line. We have an article that says we can only go 10 over. So regardless of whether this gets signed or not, we've got to do right by the town on the budgeting process.
oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I wasn't a party to this settlement, so I'm probably not going to sign this tonight.
You don't have to.
Okay.
But we wanted you to
We
know.
just want
you to know. And I-
We wanted to bring it up.
And I appreciate it.
That's why
because
we, yeah,
That's a big
Yeah.
chunk, a big chunk of,
yeah,
a big chunk of money, we gotta go to the town with
right, but we had to see,
that. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, the town, well, that's why we're here, at a meeting. The town is notified, because you can't really talk about a lawsuit till it's
No, you can't, if it's filed in court, it's public knowledge. If this was filed in court in 2025, there's a docket, CV 00348.
All of our correspondence with this attorney was attorney-client privileged.
Right, but you can say, hey, we got a lawsuit in front of the town, upwards of $100,000 that we're trying to figure out, so you can budget for it, and then if it ends up being a $40,000 settlement, hey, we just saved the town 60 grand.
yeah.
Which is
That's why I look
which
at
is
it.
$1 million on your tax bill, but right now what we're looking at is we're in the hole for 40 grand, we gotta go back to the town and ask for an extra $0.75
We're not in the hole for 40 grand.
You just said we don't have
We have 20,000 on that line.
Okay, so we're in the hole for 20,
Right,
plus whatever legal fees we're already into this on.
right, we have the money, okay?
Okay.
We just gotta have the town vote to make sure we can take it and use it.
Okay.
The town does have the money.
Well, yeah, we appropriate it. I mean, sure, we can pull it out of reserves, but we gotta get permission from the town.
That's right, so it's not gonna affect the mill this
Okay.
year. Right,
Well, we got so many reserves to go around, and I'm looking reserves for a salt shed and reserves for paving. like,
Well, the salt shed ain't coming out of reserve anyway. It's coming out of our, account, so ain't that what they voted on?
Yeah.
They didn't, it's not voted on coming out of reserve.
okay.
It's coming out of our savings, was it?
$75,000 transferred from savings and investment.
Okay, hold on, wait just a minute though. Okay, we gotta take care of business out here.
Okay.
You don't wanna sign that?
I'd rather not until I don't like signing things I don't know enough
No,
information
no,
about.
no.
If you got your 2 signatures, then
We
go ahead and
have
sign it.
to sign it, cause it
But I
should have been
haven't seen
signed
it.
last week.
Okay, 'cause like I
And
said,
if we don't get it in by a certain date,
yep,
it's gonna be void, and then we're gonna go back to the 100,000.
okay. If you guys are comfortable with it, go ahead and sign it. I haven't read the docket, I don't know the details.
Okay,
And I know that I was on the board when that original purchase happened, but I don't know the details of the case.
yeah, okay. So we only need 2 signatures on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it? Where?
Here's the agreement.
Is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to sign the agreement for the attorney on the settlement agreement for Preston Brown versus the town of Woodland. And settlement for $40,000.
Thank you. No, second. Any discussion? There you go.
We've had the
Yeah,
discussion.
okay. All in favor?
You need to call for opposed and abstention.
Huh?
You need to call for opposed and abstention.
What's that? What are you talking about?
Call for in favor.
Yeah?
You got 2 in favor, you got to call for opposed.
He's just saying that you
All
gotta say you didn't
opposed,
vote.
all opposed?
I'm not opposed.
No.
But I'm going to abstain, so I'd like to
Okay.
pass an abstain.
Okay. Sorry. No problem. Come up with words that I don't know. Okay?
It's a learning curve.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, we got that taken care of? What's this? Oh, that's it, okay. Okay.
You're all aware of what we're talking about here on this.
I knew about it back in 2017.
Okay. Salt shed. Now we want a salt shed. Yeah, we got that one. I didn't want to have too many things left on the table there.
It's okay.
Okay. So we got prices, we got 4 contractors. I kinda made a mistake a little bit, that, I thought if we had grant money, you had to have an engineer, and come to find out, anything over $250,000 has to have an engineer plans. So I got a hold of an engineer, he's local, Shane McDougal. He said he'll have our plans by our selectment meeting in April, I think the 21st. Cause I thought if we had grant money, but it's public money. When I was working here, they had started on the salt shed before, but I don't know what, so it's something I overlooked, but it's getting taken care of. And, I would just give you the bids and we'll bring you up to speed. It's all local people. The only one that may change a little bit, Will, is this one. Cause Shane was saying that, maybe we should go with like a 2-foot higher wall. So the dump don't tear the rafters.
That would put it 10 feet of concrete above the ground?
No, there's 8 feet from the floor to the top of the concrete.
Okay.
Okay, 2 feet of the concrete going in the ground. Okay.
This is just groundwork.
Groundwork and removal,
Okay.
okay? There was somebody who's supposed to be here, I don't know if they showed up or something, they wanted to bid in, but they never did, I guess. He's not here, okay. So that's what we're just, basically, we're just meeting here with, to make sure that papers were signed, and we want to bring you up to speed on things, what's happening. I mean, you knew about that, you know for a while we have to do this.
Yeah, that salt shed,
Yeah.
we haven't been able to insure the salt shed in years.
No, there's no insurance, and the wall kicked out this summer, or this fall, or whatever, so it's it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So that basically, that's what we're doing,
So this is full building, 130 grand on this bid.
yeah, now that one may change, because that's only for a 12-foot wall, okay? We had got these bids,
Yep.
okay? And then he said the wall should be 2 foot taller.
Okay. Is this just concrete work?
Yeah, that's Custer's.
Okay. Okay,
And then-
so we've got groundwork and removal of Soderberg, this is pavement for Soderberg.
That's the floor,
Yep. And this is the building, and this is the concrete work.
yeah. You got four things,
Okay.
okay? The only thing we don't have is electrical,
Mhm.
and I just, it was too verbal, and they said anywhere around $2,000 to $3,000 to put a box in. Because there's not gonna be any lights in there at all.
Okay.
Because we don't know where to place them, we don't wanna put no money into something that ain't gonna be, there's no overhead door or nothing in it.
It's just open.
Yeah,
The 2 extra feet, we allow you to go inside the trailer and not inside,
not with a trailer, but with a tri-axle truck.
but non-loading.
O'Neill's uses live bottoms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They use live bottoms, and the reason why we want, he said 2 feet, and the rafters are cathedral.
Yeah.
Okay, to give us our extra height, so just in case, I don't know, Soderberg sells crusher dust, who's to say with the tariffs and all that, maybe Soderberg's price will be a better deal.
Not only that, it's for when spring comes and we want to clean our own trucks out, we back them in, dump them and they're inside.
Yes, but we wanted to be sure we were high enough for a
Right,
tri-axle.
right.
So when we go in, we know we got plenty of room.
My shed was high enough to take a triaxle, plus my 2 lights in the shed was up inside the truck.
Yeah.
So they were out of arm's way. But you got a door on each end where I had a ventilation fan on one end.
Like, this is just gonna be one door on one end, 40 feet wide, it ain't even gonna be a door, just a 40-foot opening. On the sides, it's gonna be clear panels up by the eaves, like a horse
How
arena.
high is the cement wall gonna be going down through,
On the sides,
yeah,
from the floor,
yeah,
8 foot from the floor.
okay. So
8
you're
feet,
only
8
gonna
feet
be
of
able to
concrete,
put
4
in,
feet of wood.
No,
You're saying 12, this is a 12-foot wall, so 8 feet
it's
is
probably gonna be 14, whatever,
So,
whatever
so,
our
so
inches.
he's gonna go 10 feet of concrete.
No,
No.
you're gonna go 10 feet of concrete,
Mhm.
2 foot in the ground.
I'm talking, I don't care what's under the ground, I mean, I care, but I'm talking about clearance wise.
Yeah, you're gonna have 10 and 14, 28. You're gonna have
So 20, so you're gonna have
24, no, 8 and 14 is 22 feet, right?
22 feet from the ground to the start of the raft, or to the start of the truss.
To the top of the wall.
Right.
Then the truss goes up.
The truss is gonna start at,
The top of the wall
okay,
is gonna be 22.
okay.
which will be where your trusses are as
Yeah.
well. 'cause they're-
Oh, no, your trusses are gonna go up.
Yeah, they're gonna go up, but you still got your stringers going across the bottom of your trusses.
No, they're
It's a
cathedral.
It'll go up, it'll be the highest point in the middle.
The highest point in the middle is gonna be 30-something feet.
Wow.
Yeah. But your sides are gonna
So
be
your sides
22.
going 8 feet high on concrete. So that means you're gonna put about, you gotta have at least 1.5 foot from the top down for your fill line on your cement. You don't want your sand going above that wall.
No, right. Your sand probably only gonna be about 7 feet tall.
Yeah, okay, so you're 1.5 foot.
Right.
So, if you had any idea what you was looking for yardage?
About 2,500. altogether.
I figured it out doing an average, and it was around 26.6
Yeah,
on yardage.
fine. This is, it's a big building, okay? Cause you're gonna have, we use about 1,400 yards, 14 to 1,500 yards of salt sand. Buying on that ballpark. But then we also have salt in there too.
Right, you got that?
So we're,
In your corners for reserve.
right, you know, if you wanna mix a hot load or, you know, if you got more ice and stuff like that. And then also, if we ever wanted to get butter, or say we wanted to use chemicals, there's enough room to put a tank. You know, we're kinda looking, right, we were looking ahead, so basically this one here was built, when this one was built, it was good enough. Huh?
This one was a nightmare to work in.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no clearance, there's no
Yeah.
clearance.
And I had to replace the sills out there twice,
no,
because it kept blowing them out.
but, I mean, we just wanna bring you up on this, we'll talk more about this at the next.
But I still think hot top pick for the bottom. I don't think it's a good idea.
Well,
But that's not up to me.
yeah, I mean, we
Could
looked,
be.
I'm just going by experience.
we looked at Presque Isles. Basically our shed is basically built the same way as ours. And, the engineer that we have even recommended hot top too, also.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not an expert on it,
Yeah.
I just know what I had, and I know how it works.
No,
And I have worked in hot top where we were peeling up some of the hot top.
so,
So it kind of
uh,
worked the dollars in the long run.
and we'll talk about more about this at, April.
Is this the only set of estimates or quotes that we've got?
Yes, yes.
Are we, was there a bid process for this, or we
No.
just reach out to some?
We just reached out to contractors that would work with each other, because this has to be done so we can have sand in it for next winter. You know, so every contractor is willing to work with everybody. And these, okay, you got Massey, he lives in our town, okay? Kelly owns property in our town, was raised in our town. The only one is Soderberg's and Gusterson. Gusterson is close to us where he's in New Sweden, and they're all reputable, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with all that.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so we're not taking any action on this tonight, this is just information.
right, we're just bringing you up the, okay, I said that too many times, I guess. Okay? Okay. None new business. Okay, we have, been going around town, resident in town here is saying that, the selectmen have access to our cameras. So we got a letter from Third Eye Global right here. And basically it says there's only 2 user level logins to the system. And it's to the town garage and the town office. And the town garage has limited, because they only have access to the cameras here. Okay. No individual accounts exist for any members of the Board of Selectmen. Okay. None. 0 remote logins. There are no recorded instances of any other device, address, IP address, or user account accessing the system during this time frame. Okay. Because the town office and town garage workstations occupy both available seats, the system will automatically reject any third party attempting to log in to the system. Okay.
So bottom line is a secure system.
Right, well, there's word going around, you know, we're looking at the cameras all day on our phones and stuff. So we just wanted to bring it up to stop that we're not doing this, okay? You know, I don't care what, I mean, I'm not a camera watcher. You know, I got cameras at my house and I don't even use them. But they'll be there if I do need them, okay? Let me see. No credentials exist for Selectmen Kathy P. Willett, Chris Fournier, or Matt Cole, or now you will, okay?
That's good, because I wouldn't want them.
No, me neither, that's right. But we're just stating this out right here to let people know that, if you hear of anything, they're just saying stuff that ain't true.
Just out of curiosity, where did that rumor originate?
Karen Gordon,
Okay.
I didn't want to bring it up, but you asked, so I'm gonna tell you.
No, I mean,
You know,
listen, if it's on the agenda, people have a right to know.
that's right. Okay, then, on their new business, we all set that one, okay.
That's something I want to speak to on.
Oh, okay.
I need to speak to under business about the election and the delay in swearing Will in. Rosemary brought up a good point at the annual meeting. She felt that the moderator wasn't selected correctly or legally. So she said that we were not following policy. So we come back, pulled the policy, read the statute, sent the information down to MMA, forwarded on to our town's attorney, and he read it, and he wanted to speak to an associate about it. So we waited diligently for them to get back with us, and that's what we tried to tell everyone. So there was no delay on our part in swearing Will in. The delay happened, and when you asked us to take a look at the statute for selecting a moderator for the meeting. And when we did, there were issues in that statute that we felt would need to be complied with, and we just double-checked the facts, and that's what took so, it didn't really take that long, but that's what felt like it took so long.
What were the findings?
The findings were that the statute wasn't actually, the moderator statute was fine. As far as what happened was an employee changed the dates in which, let me see, like the warden, the ballot clerks, they are only sworn in on even years. And she changed the dates from 25 to 27. So there's an error right there. So what do we do about this error? And they asked, did it cause any problem? Did it hurt anyone? Said absolutely not. But it is an error, and it's got to be corrected. So now we've got to swear in everybody, but our election will stand.
Now, basically, if we wanted to push the issue, there were some mistakes made, but they didn't affect the outcome. But we wanted to be sure that we were doing it right. I mean, we had complaints.
Yes, we have residents complain.
Yeah, and so we just did it. We didn't want no, but it didn't affect it, so let's just roll. But now we're learning that we gotta make a point. You know, people gotta be appointed. A ballot clerk can be appointed.
Yeah, we need to clarify, it wasn't.
Right, it wasn't right, but it didn't affect the election. That was our main concern. It didn't affect it. You won, we're good to go.
And I wasn't questioning.
You kind of the other guy, you know,
The meeting was legal?
The meeting was legal.
We're good.
Yeah, we good.
What the problem wasn't what Rosemary had first started. We figured that out, that was okay with the moderator, the way it was selected, we had done it before. The problem was changing the dates on everybody's paperwork from uneven years, and you can't do that, they can only be on even years.
Were those individuals contacted to help them know?
We're in the process of, it doesn't matter, those individuals now, it doesn't matter, we're doing up new appointment documents.
At the next meeting, all the appointments, like for your planning board, your ballot, see, there's a difference between a ballot clerk and an election clerk. A ballot clerk has got to be done every year. I was like, well, it's real confusing because
They get sworn in every year.
Yeah.
But there's some that go every 2 years, and it's got to be on.
and it's got to be on an even number, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it was written to 25, 27, so that was one of our mistakes.
But it wasn't made by these ladies in the office.
No, it was basically an oversight. I mean, but we've learned from it, and now we're going to move on, and it didn't affect the election. But that,
Can I just make one comment?
yeah,
The main focus of confusion for me as a citizen was the first paragraph of the warrant.
And so, just at some point, maybe it become under consideration that if the moderator is going to be elected on election day,
Yes,
that should go in the warrant, because it is an elected position.
The warrant was written confusingly.
Rosemary, that's the same writing that's been in there for years.
I agree, Catherine,
It-
I agree, but
It's confusing.
it has been that way for years. And some years we've done it one way, and some years we've done it the other way, but what it says in the warrant is that it will be elected back at the town meeting. So, not saying you can't do it the other way, but if the warrant, at some point, if that's the way the town's gonna do it, the town might wanna look at fixing the first paragraph of the warrant that explains when the election of the moderator is gonna occur. That's
see, everything's been just basically shooting from the hip for years. We're trying, like, this year was done the same way as it was last year. But that doesn't make it right.
It is right, though.
Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
It was election.
yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be improved, and, I don't know, I'm willing to listen to anybody, because I gotta find my own answers. The email that you sent me, the word appointment, made me second guess myself. I'm like, oh, you know, and that's why I had to find out myself what it was. And you found out we made mistakes, and we took care of it, and we're gonna learn from it. That's how I feel. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel. Okay.
That's how the town moved ahead.
Yeah. Okay, next new business is, we got a comprehensive plan that's been approved, and would somebody like to talk about that?
Ray Chamberlain, member of the comprehensive plan committee. The plan was approved last Monday by the state of Maine, and I would recommend
Yeah,
that the select board and the planning board actually come together to go over the strategies and the expectations that are outlined in the plan. I think that would be a good discussion to allow both the board and the planning board to understand what the expectations are. There's also some references in there to the school board. So I think eventually talking with the school board about some of that would also be very helpful.
okay, so the school board should meet, is this all under the planning board?
Well, it
Is that
probably
like
should be under the planning board.
Is that the umbrella, the big umbrella, is the planning board that worked on
The
the?
comprehensive committee was under the planning board. So the planning board should probably schedule a meeting with the select board first.
Yeah,
To go over the strategies.
and then the school board also?
I think in time.
In
once
time,
you guys
okay.
have a chance to meet and then meet with the school
And
board.
when was the last time this was updated? This comprehensive plan?
1996.
1996.
Yes.
Well, we got everything here.
I have-
So, we are making improvements.
Yep, I have a letter here from the state of Maine, Office of Community Affairs, where he says, the letter follows your 3/19/26 email and draft comprehensive plan. We are now happy to report that we find Woodland's comprehensive plan to be consistent. This means that we found all sections of the plan to be consistent with the Growth Management Act. When adopting, please be sure to use the most recent March version. We appreciate the efforts of the town staff, officials, consultants, and citizens who contributed to this plan. So it's just a congratulatory letter from Tom Maragiulo, the senior planner from Maine Planning, Maine Municipal Planning.
Well, that's
Can
good.
I get a copy of that?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I guess that we don't need no executive session, and arrangements will be made, the planning board and the select will have to, so everybody's dates jive. You good with that? Yeah. Okay, nothing else? You, Kathy? No? Okay, meeting's adjourned. Oh, somebody got to make a motion.
Move to adjourn.
Got it. Second, Guy, it's been moved, and seconded, adjourned, all in favor? 6:07.